Hello, hello, hello. This is Gresh from the I Am CEO podcast, and I have a very special guest on the show today. I have Heather Chisenhall of the healthygene.com. Heather, it's awesome to have you on the show.
Hi, thank you. I'm actually really excited to be here today.
No problem. Super excited to have you on, and I wanted to read a little bit more about Heather so you can hear about all the awesome things that she's doing. And Heather is a 29-year-old disabled veteran turned small business owner, wife, and mom of 2 crazy boys. She fell into fitness, health, and wellness by accident when she was trying to find more natural ways to treat her depression and anxiety, and quickly learned that her passion was to help others to help themselves and become who they want to be, even if they weren't sure of exactly what that is. Heather, are you ready to speak to the IMCO community?
I am.
Awesome. Let's do it. So to kick everything off, I wanted to hear a little bit more about what I call your CEO story and what led you to start your business.
Yeah, so I started I don't know, it's been about 2 or 3 years ago, and it was after I had my son, and I was going through a lot of depression and anxiety and struggling with it, and the doctors just wanted me to take all the medications and do all the things, and they didn't want to treat my symptoms. They just wanted to Band-Aid me, and I was like, no, like, give me something that I can do to actually help myself in the long term. And they were like, well, I guess you can try exercise and nutrition and see if that works. And I was like, okay, let's try it. So I tried it, and lo and behold, it completely changed my entire life. I started to be happier, healthier. Things just were working better for me. And when that happened, I was like, holy cow, I can help others do this. I can replicate what I'm doing and make something that has just been something that I enjoy doing into a career. Because who likes to go to a job that you don't enjoy doing? Mm-hmm. And I had done that for my entire life. And I was like, no, not anymore. It is time for me to make this my career. And I started in my garage. I converted my garage to a fully functioning gym. Nice. And just about 3 months ago, I actually opened up into a 3,000 square foot location in my downtown area and have expanded enough to be able to do this. So I kind of fell into it, and now I just like to help people the way that I wish I would have been helped from the beginning.
Nice. Well, I definitely appreciate you for doing that. I appreciate you for, telling your story and being courageous, because I think depression and any type of frustration usually is something that's in like the back closet that you never want to talk about. And I think that there's so many people that are going through it. And I appreciate you for, first of all, telling your story, but even taking it so much further and actually helping others that, are struggling with that. And a lot of times, you feel kind of hopeless and don't know who to turn to, what to listen to. And, sometimes doctors will say, take this or take that, when in reality, sometimes there's other alternatives. So I appreciate you for doing that.
Of course. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So I wanted to drill down a little bit deeper. Can you tell us a little bit more on like how you're serving your clients? Tell us a little bit more about that new gym that you have open and where exactly it's located.
Yeah, so I am in Libertyville, Illinois. I'm about 30 miles outside of Chicago, almost on the Wisconsin border. Mm-hmm. And the services that I provide is personal training. I do one-on-one and I do small group training, but it's all personalized. I do some group training if a group comes to me and asks for a group training, because I have the space for it. Mm-hmm. And I do wellness coaching and nutrition coaching, just to try to serve all of the things that helped me to the community around me, because a lot of people don't realize that you really can, and you're supposed to heal your body from the inside out instead of from the outside in. So that's really what I try to nail down and really instill into the community around me.
Nice.
And really to get started at a young age. I've got 2 kids. And they're in the gym. They're working out with me all the time. Like, I want to see families doing it together, because it really starts as a child. It really should start as a child, I should say, and really working your way up and just growing and learning as you get older.
Yeah, you know, that makes perfect sense, and it's funny. I used to go to like preschools and teach sports camps to the little ones. But one of the big reasons I enjoy doing it so much was because hopefully I was planting some seeds that hopefully they would love doing it so much, and that you're training them whether you know it or not. So you just want to try to train him to have a healthy, nutritious lifestyle so they can continue to kind of do that throughout their entire lives.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so it was definitely the food and the nutrition and then the working out that helped you to get through that difficult time, and that's what a lot of people are going through. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, not everyone goes through similar situations. I actually got diagnosed, oh, wow, it's been, I guess, 3.5 years ago with being borderline pre-diabetic. And I
Mm,
was like, how is this a possibility? Like, I am a thin person. I am reasonably active. I'm not a couch potato. I don't eat all of the sugars and sweets and stuff, but
right.
stress um,
Mm.
was my culprit. I didn't know how to cope with it. I didn't know how to deal with it, and I didn't know how to release it. So learning how to do all of that lowered my levels back down. And so, yeah, it did kind of jumpstart me a little bit.
Right. Well, definitely, I appreciate you for sharing that with us, especially, a lot of people that are listening to this are definitely, movers and shakers and trying to charge through things. And sometimes when you try to take on the world and you put the world on your shoulders, it can create a really stressful environment. So understanding exactly how to manage that is something that, I think is not really looked at enough. And definitely, I appreciate you for helping out with that.
Yeah, thank you. It's my passion now. It's just something that I really enjoy doing and something that really helps me get up in the morning.
Right. That makes perfect sense. So let me ask you for what I call your secret sauce. And this could be for you or your organization, but what do you feel kind of distinguishes you and makes you unique?
So, what I think makes me unique is honestly the fact that I'm not scared to tell my story.
Mm,
The fact that when someone walks into the gym, they feel automatically welcome. They feel, everyone that has walked in has told me, like, it's just this like almost breath of fresh air. I actually really struggle with social anxiety, but I do a really good job of masking it and letting other people feel comfortable.
mm.
Because I remember walking into gyms and the discomfort that it made me feel. I don't want people to feel that, because then they can't stay consistent and they're not going to stay on top of it. And then it's just not going to do anything for them. So I want them to feel welcome. I'm not scared to tell my story. I will actually tell my truths to get them to be able to open up with their truths to me so that I can actually get to the root cause, because I'm not trying to band-aid anything. We have to work through our skeletons and our things in the past to be able to move forward and get to the future.
That
Our
makes
dots actually don't connect walking forward. They only connect from behind. So you literally have to connect those pieces behind you in order to move further in life.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And, a lot of times I say, sometimes things happen for specific reasons. And just like to what you said, being able to connect those dots looking back is huge in doing that. And I feel like it also definitely probably helps out too, because you have kind of been in those shoes that other people are going through. So not only are you outside looking in, trying to figure out that anxiety or maybe fear they might have when coming to the gym, you're able to really understand that. So it sounds like you're able to kind of create that even deeper connection as a result.
That's my goal and what I try to do with all of my clients.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I appreciate you for sharing that with us. And I wanted to switch gears a little bit and ask you for what I call a CEO hack. And this might
Okay.
be an app, a book, or a habit that you have, but it's something that makes you more effective and efficient.
So let's see, a CEO hack. Honestly, I would really have to say reading. I love personal development, personal growth. It's actually one of the things that got me started learning. I actually didn't know anything about self-help, personal growth, personal development books. And Mel Robbins' 5 Second Rule is probably one of my favorite books that has hit home the most, because literally 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. It has made such the biggest change and impact on my life to be able to do things. That and Hal Elrod's Miracle Morning. Both of those two books I would probably say are my CEO hacks to get you jump started and going.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I haven't read The Miracle Morning, but I think I heard Mel Robbins a couple times, and I have her audiobook. So yeah, a lot of times you can allow outside things and sometimes things that are in our head to kind of get in our way. So if you have that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 mentality to anything you're on the, we all do, that are on the fence about, it helps you to kind of launch yourself into, positive action. And that positive action becomes even more and more and more. It starts to build that momentum.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And now I wanted to ask you for what I call a CEO nugget. And this is a word of wisdom or piece of advice. Or if you can hop into a time machine, what would you tell your younger business self?
Don't quit. Don't take no for an answer. You're going to fail. Take those failures, turn them into learning experiences, keep going, and literally don't stand in your way, because you are your biggest critic. You are the only person that's actually holding you back. Don't do it. Step aside, keep moving, fall backwards, fall forwards, do whatever you have to do, but don't stop.
Yeah, rest if you must, but just don't quit, because a lot of times it may not look pretty, but it's hard to be somebody that never gives up. So if you keep on moving forward, and no matter if it looks pretty or it doesn't look as pretty as you want it to be, just keep moving forward. It's hard to beat somebody that does that.
Exactly. It's kind of like the picture of the iceberg. Everyone sees the little bit of the iceberg that's on top, but they don't see that huge mass that's below and all of the work that was put in to get you to where you are.
Yeah. And it seems like there's definitely this, I guess, I don't know, mentality or belief of the kind of overnight success. I don't know if it's as a result of social media, or social media has just made it a lot harder, or a lot more prevalent, that people see that and think that, you just start a business and then you're just successful. It definitely takes a lot of time, effort, failure, to kind of fail your way to success. And if you understand that, it helps out a little bit, but a lot of people don't even have that reality, I guess.
Yeah, and they really don't even have the willpower or the drive to accept the failure, because to them, failure is failure. It's that they quit at that moment, and they've completely, I don't want to say lost an opportunity, because that opportunity can always come back, but instead of growing with it, they've just dropped it and pushed it off to the wayside. And sometimes it is a shame.
Yeah. It's funny.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's funny. There's this a quote that talks about the graveyard, about people who don't even get started. They say the most valuable place is not like the bank or, this billionaire's house or any of these places. Is the graveyard, because there's so many people that have these ideas, these great books that they want to write, these, inventions they want to create, but they never create them because they never get started. And it's a shame.
It really is. I've never even looked at it like that, but it's true.
Yeah.
All of these great ideas have been buried when miracles could have happened with some of the smartness and ability that hasn't been put to use.
All that potential. So, so I wanted to ask you now for my absolute favorite question, which is the definition of what it means to be a CEO. And we're hoping to have different quote unquote CEOs on this show. So what does being a CEO mean to you?
So my first thought when I think of being my own CEO is being rich. And I don't mean rich as in financial. I mean being rich and full of love and full of happiness and full of being able to use my time the way that I want to use my time, and just being rich in spirit and giving the way that I want to be able to give, and not having to live by someone else's rules. Obviously, I still have to be civil, and you have to be politically correct with people, but you get to live life on your own terms. And to me, that is just pure richness, and that's what I see in a CEO, especially in my profession specifically.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you get the opportunity to have such a great impact on, people's lives, and to see them, do some remarkable things. And I think, like you said, it definitely is a richness and an ultimate gift to be able to have that opportunity. And, we definitely appreciate you for, doing your part to help out, so many people that, might be struggling through things or just trying to, have and see better parts of their lives. So I definitely appreciate you for taking part of that gift and doing your part in that.
I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, Heather, I truly appreciate your time. And what I want to do is pass you the mic, so to speak, just to see if there's anything additional you can let our readers and listeners know. And then, of course, how best they can get a hold of you.
Oh, goodness. Anything else you should know? Let me see. Like I've already said, really just don't give up. Keep trucking. Keep moving. Go and read. It's a kid's book. It's called The Little Engine That Could.
Mm-hmm.
And just read it and follow it, because you can, as long as you think you can. It's really all a matter of perspective, and don't give up on yourself, because you will be doing yourself the greatest disservice that you could ever do, is by giving up. If you have any questions for me, you can reach me at www.thehealthygene.com. At my website, I have a chat box that you can get in touch with me there, or you can email me directly at heather.chisenhall@thehealthygene.com.
Awesome. 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 We'll definitely have those links in the show notes. And thank you so much for that great reminder of we think we can, we definitely can, because we can. So we'll have that information in the show notes. But I appreciate your time, appreciate all you're doing, and I hope you have a phenomenal rest of the day.
You do the same. Thank you so much, Crash.